You say espresso?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you're going to be very touched when you hear what our next guest has to share with you this morning. This is Keith Sammons, who has a big smile on his face, but you have that smile after going through some difficulty of your own. Like far too many people, you lost your wife to cancer. How many years ago?
She's been gone 4.5 years.
But before she died, you and she began talking about kind of a passion of hers, and you brought it to fruition, and it's called the Happy Shoes Project.
Yes, she wrote about her shoes when she was going through treatment. She called them her happy shoes of the day. And so those writings she wrote, we decided to put them into a book form and give them away to cancer patients.
Why her shoes? Why were her shoes a happy thing for her?
I don't know, but she loved nice shoes. She loved nice clothes, blingy things. She was always just dressed to the nines. She was just a very beautiful lady inside and out. And she started writing about her shoes one day when we were in the treatment center.
So what y'all decided to do was first you wrote a book. And in this book over here called Happy Shoes, there's a picture of that pair of shoes that she loves so.
There is. She wrote about
here, I'll hold it while you talk.
She wrote about one of the pair of shoes that was in there, and she just captioned that writing, "My happy shoes of the day." She wrote about the color. She wrote about the texture. She wrote about the different aspects of the shoe. They were personal, spiritual, and inspirational, and people loved those. And then people began to send her shoes, and she began to write about the shoes she would wear to treatment each time she would go.
Did by having these happy shoes, and I promise I'm going to get to the point, but by having the happy shoes, was that her way of trying to keep her thoughts focused and see the good in the midst of a very hard time?
I think so. I think what she wrote was coming out of herself or her thoughts for the day of treatment. But they were so inspirational to everyone around that would listen to them.
So this is full of her faith as well.
Exactly. One of the writings that she wrote was, "What do you do while you're walking through the journey of healing? ... Keep walking by faith. Thus, our mission statement is inspiring cancer patients to keep walking."
So what you've done is you took your heartache and you thought, I'm not alone in this.
Yes.
So you created this Happy Shoes project, and now you've even partnered with, obviously, local hospitals, the Food City, and you bring, for the adults, a tote, and sadly for the kids, a backpack full of goodies, essentially.
Yes, they've got several things in them, from a throw to puzzle books. They each have the opportunity to take one of our vouchers and go online and get a pair of shoes. They're given away at the cancer centers when they go through orientation, and each patient gets one when they go there. We also have a pair of socks for them, a pair of compression socks that will help with lymphedema, and so they can get a pair of those as well.
Well, I was going to ask you, I don't know intimately anything about going through chemo and radiation, but that obviously is the general treatment that cancer patients will go through. So the shoes that you're giving away, if you will, are a croc-like shoe. Is that because your feet can kind of expand and have pain?
Yes, that's why we went with that shoe, is because the shoes that Sandy wrote about were all lace-up, but they were not tied. They were kind of those slip-on lace-up type shoes, and she wrote about those, and this was available to us. We have a sock partner not a sock partner, but a shoe partner that helps us with our shoes, and they're able to get those for us, and we purchase them and get those from that shoe company.
Now, you cannot do this completely through benevolence. You've got to have some fundraising efforts out there, so you've got a dinner coming up on November 2nd. Is it intended to be a fundraiser?
It is. It's a fundraising dinner at the Mountain City Club. It's put on by Solus BioVentures. And we're having it on November the 2nd on a Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m., 6:30 to 8. We've got a great speaker coming, Manny Ohomny. He's actually the founder of Samaritan's Feet. He was Man of the Year in Charlotte last year. He is the chairman of the board of Sanford Health, and he is just a phenomenal motivational speaker.
So in terms of ongoing efforts to help you, I know you've got a website, happyshoes.org, right?
Yes.
Can people just contribute to you as they wish? And are you always looking for new shoes? You don't ever want donations except monetary?
No, because we want to keep everything congruent and everything in a form, and they're all new. Everything we do is new, and it's not used. We do accept financial donations. We have a golf tournament every year that people can play in the golf. It's in April, the last weekend of April. We have that coming up, and then we partner with foundations, with individuals, with corporations, and through all of those different avenues, those, that is how we secure our funding. Next year, we'll give 8,000 totes away, our budget of $1,288,000.
And they're all given locally in Chattanooga.
Yeah, right now we're locally in Chattanooga. We have put a partnership together right here in Chattanooga. Food City wants to help us give every cancer patient in every city that they own a Food City store. So we have put together sort of a prototype here in Chattanooga that can be translated in any city.
You've also now have a children's book. Is it the same book that you have over there?
No, it's different. That is a brand new illustrated children's book. I thought that we could do something to inspire children. And so I thought, shoes, happy shoes, let's write an illustrated book. So I was introduced to a great children's book writer. She's an award-winning writer, and we put together the text for it. And then I actually partnered with a gentleman in the Philippines, and he illustrated the book for us. And we just finished publishing this book with a publisher out of New York City. It'll be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble for sale to help raise funds for the project, and it will be given to every cancer patient along with a companion coloring book.
You know, what a good thing to know about, though, too, if you are the parent of a child whose friend is going through cancer, because this might be a way to help your child know how to help that friend.
Exactly. Every little story in that book is encouraging in various aspects, not only in someone who's going through sickness, but from different things like helping an elderly lady across the road to other things that playing with their friends in their backyard. Each little story in that book is talking about you can do anything that you put your mind to, and your shoes happen to be what we use to get that message across.
You did not put this out there for me to talk about, but I'm going to nonetheless, because people who might be saying, wait a minute, Julie, he's a performer, because they know you in your personal life. You've included a CD in here as well.
Yes, ma'am. That's a brand new CD of hope-filled music that will encourage, and we wanted to do that as a way of encouraging people who would get the tote that, you know, life may throw you different aspects of curveballs, but you can get up and you can put your boots on and walk, and those songs are all positive songs, and it's a brand new recording, state-of-the-art recording.
You know, I don't mean to sound cliche at all, because I know you went through a very, very difficult time, but it seems to be kind of the Chattanooga way that people come to the other side and they find a way to give back. And if you have a passion in this town, there seems to be a way to make it come true. So I think it's good that you've done this.
Thank you so much, Julie. And people like you and the foundations in town and the people that love to give back, all of us together. It takes everyone helping to encourage people.
If you can clear your calendar for November 2nd, there are still limited seats available.
Very
for that
limited
fundraiser.
Seats available, but we have a few seats left at the Mountain City Club, November 2nd, 6:30. You can call me at 423-595-7703. I would love to talk to you. If you would love to be a part and learn more about what we're doing and about helping us make this possible, we would love to have you come to that dinner.
And you also can email him at keith@keithsammons.com.
Keith@keithsammons.com. And the speaker that night, I cannot say how incredibly motivational he is, and you'll be inspired by his story and by being a part of that evening.
Thank you for being a part of our morning.
Thank you.
Every day, people and organizations across the Tennessee Valley are making a difference and